afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Science Lab.
Welcome to Science.
I bet you're wondering, what is she wearing? You have a guess?
Yes.
What was it?
So all the parts of your inside body.
You're right. You're correct. These are all of our organs. All of these are inside of our body, under our skin. We can't see them, but today, I am being silly and wearing them on the outside so that we can talk about them. You may remember you talked about these a couple of years ago, back in 2nd grade. But when you talked about them then, you just talked about naming them. And you might remember some of the names. Logan, can you tell me one organ that's inside of your body? One of these?
2 lungs.
Correct. Our lungs, up here for breathing. Marco, can you tell me an organ?
Your brain and your heart.
Oh, you told me too. Okay, thank you. Great examples. There's our lungs, our heart, our liver, our stomach, intestines, our brains. We have multiple systems that create this complex body that we have. But today, we're going to focus on our digestive system. Our digestive system is very important. And we're going to find out why. There's 4 reasons. Yes, Marco?
At PE, I saw what my heart looked like.
Oh, so you recognize that heart? Wonderful. So I'm hoping that you remember our dialogue dots. This lets me know whether the information that I'm saying makes sense, or if you need a little more help, or if you need me to repeat myself, or maybe you just have something to share. So green means good to go, totally got it. Red means there's something maybe I'm not sure about, I have a question, or I need you to repeat that. And so that lets me know if I should keep going, or if I should pause and circle back because maybe we were not clear about something. All right, so our digestive system, it has 4 functions. The first function, breaking down food. The second function, moving that food through our body. The third function, absorbing nutrients. And then the fourth function, packaging the waste from that process.
Turning it to poop.
You are correct. You are correct. That waste is also known as poop. And today, we're going to talk about that system. That sounds pretty complicated, but we're going to break it down piece by piece so that we can understand what each part is and why they are important. And so the first part is the mouth. That is where we eat, right? We take bites of food, and it combines with saliva. Have you heard that word before? Saliva. Marco, what is saliva?
Saliva is that comes out of your mouth.
Correct. It's that moisture in our mouth that fights germs. So thank you. So we are chewing the food, it's mixing with the saliva, and then it's coming down the throat. Also known as the, Logan, do you remember this one? Pharynx. Correct. I know we saw that in some text earlier this week. Pharynx. And then it goes down into our esophagus. Our esophagus is a narrow tube that leads the food from our mouth down into our stomach. And then a really wild thing happens there. The food mixes with some enzymes, and so we're actually going to do a demonstration for this. I'm going to give you each a baggie, which is supposed to represent your stomach. Inside of it, you'll find some crackers, some snacks that you just had after school. And I'm going to give you some liquid. This liquid is a special enzyme that exists in the stomach that when it mixes and processes this food, it breaks down. So it's very important when we're doing our special labs like this to be following directions the best listeners. So I'm going to give each of you a baggie, and then I'm going to come around with the liquid, and then I will tell you what to do. Please just hold tight, and then I will get that liquid for you. There you go. Keep it on the box. Perfect.
Oh, that noise.
Wow, that was unexpected. Good thing. It's okay. I have a towel. Wowza. Did you guys expect that to happen?
No.
No, I did not either. Oh my goodness.
Teacher, why did that happen?
That happens because there was some pressure in that bottle and the carbonation just came shooting out. There we go. Okay, back in business. So here is a little bit of your stomach enzyme. Here's a little bit of stomach enzyme for you, and then a little bit for me.
I got it. Here's mine.
All right, now let's watch me do it, and then you will have a turn to do it as
Oh,
well.
I have so much stuff.
Okay, so you're holding your bag like this with one hand, pouring your enzymes into your stomach so that they can mix with that food. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, those enzymes are going to town. And then we're going to seal it. This is the most important part of this activity, making sure that it is double sealed. If you need help, just let me know and I am happy to come help because we want to make sure that it stays inside so that your stomach can get to work. And you're going to go ahead and see the crackers break down. So go ahead and get started and I'll come around to help you.
All right, let me undo.
Wonderful. Pour it in. Go ahead. Great. Okay.
All right, now I'm gonna do this. Okay, I did that one. Now do I crunch it up?
Correct.
I'm doing that.
Okay, and you're going to keep working your enzymes
I'm crunching it.
and your food. Yep, go ahead, crunch your food. And see
Oh.
what happens to that food. Does it stay whole
No.
or does it start to break down?
It starts to break down.
It really does, my goodness.
Oh my gosh, look.
My goodness.
Look. Oh my god.
Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh, it's so mushy.
Okay, so the food goes down. It's in the stomach. Once it gets there, you're seeing what happens. It breaks down. Yes. All right. Then the liver comes and helps out a little bit. The liver comes and releases some bile, which is this super special liquid that aids in further digestion because think about it. There's more going on than this, right? There's many steps left in our process. So the liver helps out the stomach and creates that bile. Great job, guys. That looks great.
That looks so cool.
And then it makes its way down to our small intestine.
Ooh.
We're right here now. The food is here. It came from our mouth, down our esophagus, into our stomach, and now it's in our small intestine. It's kind of interesting though that they call it the small intestine because it's not actually that small. To be honest, the small intestine is 22 feet long.
Wow.
That's this long. All of this is coiled up inside of your belly.
That is so.
That is wild to think about. So that small intestine works hard. It works hard to move the food and absorb the nutrients so that your body can be healthy and strong. So the small intestine's working. It's working to break that food down even more. And then the pancreas comes and helps. Just like the liver helps the stomach, the pancreas is helping the small intestine. You see how far it's breaking it down, and the process is still not done. We still need to get to the large intestine. So after it passes through the small intestine, it goes to the large intestine. The large intestine is also known as the colon. And the large intestine works on packaging the waste. So this food was all mashed up, right? And then the small intestine worked really hard to break it up more and move it around and absorb those nutrients. And then the large intestine is continuing to move it through and packaging it so that the waste can be removed because all of the nutrients have already been absorbed. And so then the waste comes out the rectum. And the process is complete.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. I agree.
What are we going to do now?
All right. Well, I would really appreciate if you could pass me your baggies. I have a little video to share with you.
It looks like throw.
Logan just shared a very important observation. He said it looks like throw up. And that is right, because think about it. When you're chewing food, it goes onto your stomach, but then you're throwing it up, right? It has not finished the process. So this is exactly, it's hanging out in your stomach, and that is what happens when you get sick, maybe with like a stomach ache.
So,
Okay, if you have something to share, I really love it when you raise your hand, so that lets me know that I should let you have a turn. And you could be using your dialogue dots to let me know what your current status is.
green what? What's the value?
All right, so now we're going to see that process in action.
Wait.
Let's save it for after the video, and then we can have an opportunity to discuss it.
Digestive system. Subscribe to our channel by clicking on the seal. And if you want...
Okay, now I have a live demonstration to show you. While you're not going to see all of the organs doing their job, you are going to see the process of the liquid going into the mouth and then coming out. Where does it come out? Who can tell me where, if it's going in the mouth, the liquid or the food, where is it going to come out? Logan?
The rectum.
Correct. So let's make this happen.
This is going to be cool. What? That food coloring.
And I don't want you to be disturbed, but I intentionally chose red so that you could see it very easily. But this is not blood, this is just water with food coloring. Okay.
Well, I like
Seats in our bottoms, watching the demonstration. Thank you. All right, here we go. Do you see it going down, 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 down?
I see it.
Okay, and then it's storing where? Where is it storing?
It's storing
In the
stomach.
Stomach, correct. It is storing in the stomach. And then coming, it's going through the large intestine, going through the small intestine,
Can I try?
and coming out. This is my demonstration, but maybe we could try to arrange later on for a group activity like this. I'm going to show you one more time. He's drinking his Kool-Aid.
That's cool.
It's going down the esophagus, into the stomach. The liver is helping break it all down.
You can see
Then it's going
storing
down.
right
Let's
there.
not touch. Thank you. We're looking with our eyes. Wonderful. Seats in our bottoms in our seats. Then it's going through the large intestine. The small intestine is absorbing all those important nutrients. Then it's going through the large intestine. I'm sorry, stomach, small intestine. Then it's going through the large intestine, which is packaging the waste, coming out the rectum. Let's do it one more time.
Oh, okay. I see what you
Woo, bless you.
Are you, look, bless you. Are you a good boy?
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we get to do a little group activity where we're going to be working. We're going to be working to.
So good. Let my be.
Thank you for sharing. Let's turn the volume back down to listening. And then we're going to be doing a group activity where we need to match. I need to take down all these helpers because I am going to put them away, and we are going to try to match these without these cards. So now they're mixed up and separated. And there's also images. So you're going to work in partners. Logan and Marco, you guys are partners. And you each pair of students will get our description cards, our organ cards, and then some will also be image cards. So we have image cards, vocabulary cards, the organ names, and then their function. Because we don't just need to know their name, right? What we're really focusing on is pairing their function with their name and the image. So an image, a function, and a name. But they're all mixed up, so you have to sort them. And again, we want to pair one image with the correct organ name and then its function. Teamwork, all right?
Stop touching my
So
dog.
here is your set. I'll take these. And same thing with your dialogue dots. If you need some help and you need a little assistance, just flip your dot over, let me know, and I will be happy to help.
This one, I think, this one is the stomach, you see, because it has like that torque that's connecting to the diaphragm. And then it goes down to the pancreas, so I think that's the stomach.
So what's this?
That.
Great.
One.
That's probably, I like your strategy. So it's probably a good idea, exactly, if you could pair the image with the organ name first.
Wait.
So you asked what this is. Let's see here. What does it match? Looks kind of like this one, right?
So wait, it
That
matches.
looks like the gallbladder.
Wait, so wait, where did the gallbladder go with? What, here?
And we can even look at this as a reminder. Gallbladder's right here by the liver.
Wait,
So
something
gallbladder.
wet, so-
Let's find the one that says gallbladder. Here we
And I
go.
have the brain.
So there we go. There's.
I have the brain.
Were we talking about the
I
brain?
think I found the
That looks a
large-
lot like the brain, but it also looks like the small intestine.
Oh, it's-
And is the brain part of the digestive system?
no.
No.
Oh,
No, we have not talked about that today, right?
I think I found the large intestine because it has a giant like space in the middle where and it's kind of wrapping around.
Exactly, and I can
Intestine
even
is
take this
good.
off. You're correct.
So wait, I put this like.
Look at this. Does that help?
Yeah, I think it's.
They look very similar
So
now.
do I do this?
You guys are doing a wonderful job.
Because this is the
I think
stomach.
your partner is asking for some clarification. Let's see here.
Because this.
I'm not really smart, so I just.
You are. You're doing wonderful. Let's see here. Which one does this look like? If you look over here, what has that shape? Does this have that shape?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Does this have that shape?
It does.
I think it's this one. Pancreas.
Pancreas. Yeah. Wait, it's both
Yes.
sides of the.
Okay. Because this says the stomach. When you go to the stomach, it says the stomach rolls create an enzyme. What is that?
Enzyme.
That breaks food down further, which is where food is stored while it is processed and mixed.
Exactly. You
Because that's
matched
what
it
it does.
exactly.
So it goes.
Mom, where do I
to
put
the-
this?
Correct. Let's see what that one says. All right, great job, guys. Go ahead and clean up this. And now we're going to move on to a crossword. We're going to use all that knowledge that we just gained and apply it to solve these crosswords. Okay. Yeah, these are kind of cool. I think
This
this
is-
might be mixed up.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, no.
And so we're going to be reviewing this real quickly so that it helps us solve these, because some of them are challenging. So the food starts out in the mouth. It mixes with that saliva, goes down our esophagus, into our stomach, where it gets the help from the liver to break down the food, bring it down to the small intestine. And that small intestine is absorbing those nutrients. Then that waste gets passed through the large intestine and packaged into the rectum where the waste is removed. So, I would like to do a couple of these together. I know we've done a crossword before, but sometimes it can be tricky. And I want to remind you that when it says across, that means the answer is going across. So 2 across, so number 2 followed across. If it says 1 down, you find the number 1 and go down. And so let's look at number 2. A verb that means to push food through your pharynx. A verb that means to push food through your pharynx. What is that, Logan?
Swallow.
Swallow, correct.
Well,
so you would
well,
come
the
over
word
here.
is swallow, but the action would be swallowing.
So well said. All right, so we're going to go over to number 12, and this is 12 across. So we start here. S, W, A, L, L, O, W. And then the next one is going to be 13 down, and we can tell right here it starts with an L. And 13 down is this produces juices called bile that go into the small intestine and help digest food. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. This produces juices, and it has that word bile, which we talked about helping break down. Yes, Logan?
It's the liver.
Correct. Liver. So we do L, bless you, I,
Thank you.
V, E, R. And then the last one we'll do together is going to be number 15, across. Muscles in your mouth, muscle in your mouth that is used for pushing food around. What do you think, Marco?
Your tongue.
Correct! I thought this was going to be challenging. You guys are getting this so quickly. So then we come here and the first letter is T, O, N, G, U, E.
Wait, what number are we on?
That was 15 across.
Okay.
15
So,
across.
Wait.
So now you're going to work quietly and independently to complete that crossword puzzle. If you finished early, I have a diagram that I would like you to complete. If not, this will be homework. But if you finish early, you can get started on that. So we're going to work on this for a few minutes, and then we'll be all finished and get ready for dismissal. And if you have any questions, just let me know, or flip your dialogue dot over and let me know that you need help that way. You are so fast at this. Wonderful. And you're doing great. Good job. Great job. Let's see on this one. Thank you for raising your hand.
I'm trying to remember, what was the how do you spell, let me look at mine. How do you spell saliva?
Saliva. Saliva. S-A-L. Saliva.
S-U, what? Sorry.
S-A.
Wait, oh, S-A. It's an essay?
S-A-L. I-V-A. Do you hear it? Saliva.
Oh, yeah.
Saliva. All right, great work. So now before we move on, I see some friends are already done. Wonderful. We're going to place these cards now in the actual location where they are on the body. So similar to the apron that I was wearing we're going to actually put them in the correct spot. So the first place is what? The mouth. The food starts out here. And then Marco, what does the food mix with?
The vibrance.
Saliva. Very good try. You were so close. Saliva. So it mixes with the saliva and then it goes down the esophagus, right? And then it gets caught in the stomach. Yes, Logan?
I forgot. What if? Is there like a process of breaking down the food and take the energy out of it? What is it called? I forgot.
What's the next?
Where you actually use food for energy? Is that the process that you're talking about?
It's the process of breaking down food for use as energy building materials for your body.
Oh, it's talking about what is this whole system that we're discussing? What is this system? What is that process that's happening?
Okay.
Yes, Marco, did you have a question?
What's the next question I'm gonna do?
Let's see here. All right, so then the stomach gets some help.
Wait, that wouldn't make sense because there's an O here.
Yeah, digestion.
Oh, digestion. I thought it was digestive.
Ah, see, spelling is important, right?
Wait, how do you spell digestion?
What did you say? How to spell it?
Okay, see here.
Okay.
Is it I-O-N?
Digestion.
Wait.
You did it right. Okay. And then the stomach. What does that get help from? Who can remember what the stomach gets help from? Marco?
The brown thing?
The liver. It gets help from the liver. Okay. And then it goes down to what? The small intestine. And that works to absorb those nutrients. And then it gets processed through our large intestine. And then it finally comes out our rectum as waste. All right, wonderful. You have a question?
Yeah, what? It's saying crush food with your teeth. What is that?
It's asking you, let's see here, number 14.
I think I know what it is.
You
Actually,
figured it out?
Yeah.
All right, great. You're all finished? I'll take that. Marco, you're all finished?
No, I